In this video, we're going to download the Connected Components Workbench from Rockwell Software. To do this, you have to have already completed the first exercise of creating an account with Rockwell Software. If you've done that, you're ready to move forward. So we can go ahead and go to the home page of Rockwell Automation. Okay, so this is the US homepage for Rockwell Automation. We are looking to download some software. So if you look down here, see downloads. And looking over here, we're going to go to find downloads. In this case, the software that we want to use is called Connected Components Workbench. So I'm going to start typing that. And you can see it's come up there. So there's two different versions. This Workbench, the Connected Components Workbench, this is the free version that you're going to use. There's also a second version, the Developers Edition, that has some more advanced features. But for installing on your computers at home, we're looking for this Connected Components Workbench. So go ahead and click on that. Sorry, go ahead and click on it. And we need to select which version. So we're going to use version 12. And that's an important thing when dealing with any Rockwell software product, is that the version of the programming software needs to be compatible with the firmware of the PLC we're using. So in this case, that's going to be version 12 based on the hardware we're using. So select version 12 and can click then on that package and downloads. This gives you all the different options that you can select here. So what we're going to do for certain is the configuration software itself. These tools are used for add-ons if you're going to flash the hardware on the PLCs, which we may have you do later in the term, but don't need it for right now. So for right now, we'll just do just the main software package itself. You can access the manuals online later. There is an option down here that you could download the manuals as a separate standalone to install on your computer, but for right now, we're just going to download the software itself. So I will say downloads, and here I have it. So it's telling me the one thing I'm going to download, and you can see it's 2.5 gigabytes, so it's a big download file, so it'll take a while to do this. And I click on download now. Okay, this is why you had to complete the login or your account creation process first. So here I'm going to log in with my account. And it's just verifying my profile, so that's all good. So I'm going to click on download now. Brings you to your typical end user agreement type license. Long information you're agreeing to, and accept that. And now it's going to give you a couple different options for how to download. Either the yellow box will do a typical download using Chrome or Explorer or whatnot. If you click on Manage Download, which is what I typically recommend, it opens a separate little download management program so that it can resume if the download gets interrupted, etc., that kind of thing. And it's such a big file that's useful so that if it somehow times out halfway through, you don't have to start all the way over on downloading the 2.5 gigabyte file. So I'm going to click on Manage Download, and you can see it opens up this new little program. It's the initial download to start the device. And now here is the actual download progress. So if you can look at it, it's telling me it's 2.5 gig worth, and it's going to take, it says 23 minutes. It'll probably actually take a lot longer than that. So I'm going to pause the video as it downloads. Okay, so you can see the download is complete now. You can just click on the open, and it's going to bring up a folder showing where it is. In this case here, it's the CCW folder. You open that up, and these are the files that are necessary to install the software. So if you double click on this one right here, it'll start the installation process. As you can see here, it pops up this window showing that it's extracting the compressed file. So just the default download spot is fine, and click on extract. So it's done extracting. You can see it created this uncompressed folder up here. You can open that up, and inside it you'll see all the files that were part of that 2.5 gigabyte download. The one we want to use is setup, so double click on setup and it'll start the installation process. Okay, it's starting to set up. At this point it gets a little different on my version compared to yours. Since I already have Connected Components Workbench installed, I don't have the same choices at this point as you would. It's just modifying mine. And since mine's a licensed version, I can't really uninstall it and reinstall it to show you. But I do have the install notes, the written guidelines from Rockwell, so I'll provide those to you as well, and you can follow through there step by step. So here's an example of what that is. So go ahead and go through that process, and once it's all done, I'll show you what it should look like. So I'm done with this part. So once it's all installed, you can go over to your Start menu, scroll down to Rockwell Automation, and you should find Connected Components Workbench. You won't have all these other Rockwell components since they're parts of other software programs. So once it starts up, you should see the startup screen. You can see Connected Components Workbench version 12. And then here it's going to look a little different. Again, since mine's a licensed version, it's a little slow starting up because it's looking for the license on the server. I'm not connected to the campus network right now, so it's giving me a notification saying, hey, can't find the server. So it's going to run in the free version temporarily. So that's fine. And so now if you get to this point, it is all installed. I do want you to go ahead and take a screenshot to show me that you've got it installed. And to make it a little more clear, let me make sure you got the right version on there. I also want you, for that screenshot, go up to the Help menu and then select About Connected Components Workbench. That'll pop up a little window that shows, verifies what version you have installed. So you can see here, this shows I've got version 12 and mine's the developer edition. Yours will say standard edition right there probably. So that's it. Take a screenshot of that and upload it, and you're done with this assignment. Thanks.